India's modern history consists of war, rebellion, independence, and all that comes along with the establishment of a new nation. From world wars to independence from the British to the Indo-Pakistan wars, a lot has happened for the young sovereign state in the past century. When World War I broke out, India was still under the British Crown and was therefore an automatic contributor to the Triple Entente war efforts. Over 1 million Indian troops joined the fight, making the Indian Army one of the largest armies involved. In the Second World War, India sent over 2.5 million troops to fight under British command. While India itself was not in a position of authority during these wars due to its contemporary lack of independence, both events were still notable parts of the country's history given the number of men who joined the fight alongside Britain. Though the Allies won World War II, the effects of the conflict were impressively damaging for the British Empire. Agreements with the United States led Britain to begin decolonizing many of its territories and paved the way for India's independence movement to be accelerated. 3rd June 1947, the last British Governor-General of India, Viscount Louis Mountbatten, declared the partitioning of British India into India and Pakistan, and the nations became their own sovereign states by 15th August of the same year. This break from the British Crown gave both countries the choice of staying in or leaving the British Commonwealth. In 1949, India chose to stay. By this point, Jawaharlal Nehru had become independent India's first Prime Minister after serving as the leader of the Indian National Congress. Prior to 1947, the Deputy Prime Minister was Sardar Patel, who played a significant role in teaming up with Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru during the independence movement. Under his and the Prime Minister's watchful eyes, a dramatic population exchange occurred between the Hindu majority of India and the Muslim majority of Pakistan. In addition, the First Kashmir War between the young neighboring nations, the first of 4 Indo-Pakistani conflicts, occurred. The Kashmir War was a conflict over the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir and lasted from 1947 through 1948. While the provinces of Bengal and Punjab were to be divided between the newly formed India and Pakistan, the fate of Jammu and Kashmir was still unsettled. Pakistan, anticipating the dissension, decided to mobilize tribal militia groups from Waziristan a few weeks before the war actually broke out. The reason why Jammu and Kashmir's destiny was so uncertain was due to the fact that the princely state was led by a Hindu Maharaja but was made up of a Muslim majority. There was heavy pressure from both sides to accede to either India or Pakistan, but some citizens of the state were even considering a push for complete independence from both countries. Tensions boiled over at the start of October 1947 when a pro-Pakistani tribal rebellion in Kashmir broke out and Pakistani troops quickly came to their aid. Pakistan's goal was to seize the capital, Srinagar, within the first weeks of their arrival. Eventually, the Maharaja called on India for military assistance, and India agreed under the condition that Kashmir become part of India. The state's Prime Minister and Maharaja both accepted, and the instrument of accession was signed on 26 October 1947. Still, Pakistan and their tribal allies were unwilling to give up the fight. Combat continued until December of 1948, and there didn't seem to be an easy solution without major reinforcements and aggressive action from the Indian side. Desperate for a resolution, India approached the United Nations for support, and a ceasefire between India and Pakistan was reached with the UN's help on 1 January 1949. That same year, other princely states such as Manipur and Tripura also acceded to India. The nation's constitution was close to being established. In November 1949, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and his committee drafted the official constitution of India, which would come into effect and turn the country into an independent democratic republic on 26 January 1950. Dr. Rajendra Prasad would become the first president of the republic. The first democratic elections were held in India in 1951 through 1952 over a 4-month span and brought a turnout of over 60%, re-electing both Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and President Rajendra Prasad for second terms. During Nehru's second term, many reforms and legislative changes were made, and a Soviet-inspired 5-year plan was composed for the economy. Rights for women in Hindu societies were increased, caste discrimination was condemned with new legislation, and school education was encouraged. That's it for today's video. See you in the next video and thanks for watching.